Now, if you're pregnant or a new mum, then the chances are you've got multiple demands on your time and even more on your energy. But now, more than ever, you have a need for a high nutrient intake to see you through these really busy and demanding months. But the great news is, with a few small changes, you can see some noticeable difference in things like your energy and your overall well-being. So come with me. So my first tip is to swap processed and refined foods for whole foods. Now, by processed and refined foods, I mean things like white bread, cakes, pastries, scones, that kind of thing. Exactly the sort of food that you're going to be served on that ubiquitous mother and baby coffee morning. The reason they're not good enough is they are simply nutrient depleted. Switch instead to whole foods like whole grains such as oats, plenty of fruit and vegetables, nuts and seeds. Basically a good, healthy diet that is unrefined. Keep it real. Tip number 2 is to make sure you're getting enough protein. Protein is known as the building blocks of the body, so it's no surprise that it's really important when you're pregnant and keeping you fuller for longer when you're running around after a baby too. Great protein sources, of course, include things like meat, fish, nuts, eggs, seeds, and lentils and beans are great too. Just keep the variety there and make sure you have a little bit, ideally with every meal during this important time. Tip number 3 is to eat the essential fats. Now, essential fats are most closely associated with oily fish, salmon, mackerel. These are a great source of something called DHA, particularly important for the baby's brain development, but also fantastic long-term too, and really support you from pregnancy and beyond. The official recommendation is to have oily fish at least twice a week. I'd recommend a little bit more, at least 2 portions of oily fish a week. If you don't like oily fish, switch to something like nuts and seeds every day, whatever works for you. Tip number 4 is to make sure you're including enough iron-rich foods during pregnancy. Now, becoming iron deficient is really common in pregnancy, especially in the later stages. Your doctor, your midwife will be looking out for this, but you can be a little bit proactive by including iron-rich foods in your diet. These include things like red meat, green leafy vegetables, ideally with a squeeze of vitamin C-rich lime juice or lemon juice to help with the absorption. But just listen to your body a little bit. In my own experience from month 5 onwards in both my pregnancies, I really craved red meat despite having a very healthy overall plant-based diet. So just listen to your body, it knows best. So tip number 5 is to try to eat smaller meals and healthy snacks. Because let's face it, in the later stages of pregnancy, everything can kind of get a bit squished. You can be suffering from heartburn and constipation probably at the same time, and it's much easier to digest these small meals. For me, things like smoothies or oat cakes with my favourite topping were an absolute saviour in those last few weeks of pregnancy. Try to keep things simple, light, small amounts of food, help balance your blood sugar, keep your energy up. To find out more about healthy eating or get hold of some of my favourite recipes, visit the Nairns website. And thanks for watching.